Hey, this is Donna Nova. I am back with session 13 of the Melafon journals, and it is February 19th, 2026. And this entry centers around me asking questions about being fearful and anxious lately, because the energy that everybody probably in the world, but especially in America right now, is feeling is uncertainty, disgust, fear, and anxiety, because of the fact that we have learned that our country is built on foundations that are monstrous, with people that are monsters, literal monsters, beyond what most of us thought could be. We knew it was evil. We knew these people were evil. Some of us did anyway, but we didn't know the extent of it, and now we know a little bit of it. We don't even know a whole lot, but it's coming out how monstrous our government really is and always has been. And what that means, none of us really know. And if it means there's extraterrestrial involvement, we don't even know. There's all these theories flying around, and it makes you wonder about the future of the country in general, our lifestyles, the economy, all of our systems. I think anybody who's intuitive has known about this for a long time. When I spiritually awakened in 2015, I knew that I was being given an experience before the collective was given it. And I knew that at some point anybody could find out what I found out, which is everything can fall apart quickly. You're not guaranteed anything in this life. Anything about your lifestyle, anything you've collected, anybody in your life, your job, your identity, if it's not built on your soul's mission, on something that's solid like your connection to the divine, it's not really real. And you can feel it right now in the air. So I'm trying to discern with Melafon this morning whether my feelings of anxiety are mine or someone else's. And regardless, because it's both, regardless of that, he's telling me like what to do about it. So this is his information of what to do about it. And P.S., it was just Valentine's Day, and my twin flame Chris got me so many gifts, and this is one of them. It's not an expensive bracelet, but I love it, and it matches my wedding ring. I believe this is just a Swarovski crystal or a CZ, but this is a true zircon, which is a real gemstone. And also, this is one of my designs with citrine and garnet. And I call it the mothership because look, that looks like a spaceship for sure. And these are actually other gifts that Chris has given me for different things. And this is the one that was called Dragon's Breath Opal. And I got it on the same day that I had done a Zoom video where I was talking about my dragons and my children across the veil, and talking about how I ride them and see them when I visit. And they're this color. They're sort of white, but also opalescent. And they change colors. They're very light purple, but they can change to other colors. So during the meeting, the mail arrived, and this package arrived with this ring in it. Same colors as the dragons. It's a faux opal. It's not real. It's glass. But it's vintage. And yes, it looks like them, but I wasn't really putting it together until I looked up the ring and found that it was called a Dragon's Breath Opal. So that was a huge sign of my dragons. So now I'm just going to start reading Melafon's advice for when we feel this kind of fear. So I drew us, and I connected us, and I said, "Hi, Melafon, great to see you." And he said, and of course, he's in the purple and I'm in the green. He said, "You as well, human. LOL, what's on your mind today?" Even though he already knows. And I said, Lately, a lot of tension and fear, uncertainty about the world and my country, unlike any time in the past. Maybe it's also collective fear and angst that I feel. I don't know. But either way, I can't really do my job, meaning my soul's mission, while I'm feeling this. Plus, feeling run down physically like I do. It's just an unpleasant time for me. Can you help me overcome this permanently? And he said, yes, I can. Remember when you are connected to Source, the all that is, the goddess, there is no fear. You trust in the divine, yes? So when you feel these lower energies, you don't always have to go to sit and figure out where they come from or what they mean, especially if you're using your egoic logic brain. Instead, just relax, rest if needed, without feeling guilty or judging yourself. Connect to the divine again to restore the true vibration that is yours. Other people's vibrations aren't yours, and they never were. The true vibration that you carry is the divine, the goddess. That's why that energy feels so perfect, and you have no other thoughts or intrusive energies while you're connected. Always use this as your compass. And then he said, divine is mine. Basically, I can remember that divine energy is my energy. Divine is mine is a cute way to remember it. After you've reestablished connection with the divine, realize that it is your true home. Always return to it. Then and only then, after you're in the right vibration, can you really deal with what's going on in your earth life without distractions from without distractions from fear or other lower energies from yourself or others. Remember, we said to stay away from media. You know why. That will lower your vibration if you let it. This includes social media and other people's fears. They are not yours. They don't know what you know, and for the most part, they haven't experienced the divine the way you have. If they had, they wouldn't be in the lost and lower vibrations either. Thank you. That makes 100% sense. This is me talking now. And yet, some of the fear is mine because I feel vulnerable as I'm alone in this world and getting older, not able to stand the thought of living a harsh dystopian life. I want the security of knowing I'll be protected from that. And he says, you trust the divine to always provide for you as long as you allow, right? Don't forget your trust just because things seem to be weird right now. You have known this was coming for over a decade. You should also trust yourself and Chris in spirit. You are ready. Spend all your time doing things that thrill you, like connecting to us. And I said, easy to say when you have no earthly responsibilities and we are living on a planet in a country controlled by monsters. Eating, cooking, cleaning, taxes, banks, money, etc. I hate all these things, and they seem to be unimportant to me, yet I'm forced to deal with them all regularly. And he says, do the best you can. You've minimized those things a lot compared to most people. You need to increase the magical experiences like your remote viewing and orb club trips last year. And I said, again, easy to say and not so easy to do. Here at home, I don't have magical people. I mean, I do have a couple friends that are into this. That's not completely true, but it's not the same. And I don't have anybody in my daily life here at all that is into this. Well, I have one person in town, but I don't see them often. It's not the kind of thing where I can see this person all the time. And so he says, then move or find some. So I'm saying there's not magical stuff here, magical people here. And he goes, well, then move and find some or find some. Go in nature alone. Also, you didn't have anyone around when you saw your orb show. The crazy orb experience I had on the last day of my trip in December with Chris Bledsoe and my orb club friends. I had an experience alone that was unmatched by anything I've ever heard. And my Chris was there, and I knew that he had planned it. And I haven't really seen the orb since. I want to see them, but I don't need to see them because what they did for me was like a finale. It was like a show. It was amazing. So, and the weather hasn't been good. It's been, January, February, and the weather has not been good at all, and I've been tired, so I haven't even really looked for orbs. That's my complaint. I'm like, so I have all these lower vibrational energies, but also my physical body just feels wrecked right now. There's times where my energy is low because of all the energy work I do and the constant connection to the divine that I have. Like channeling super high vibrational energies all the time from a twin flame who lives there, it can be very tiring. It's invigorating. It's like oxygen. It's my life force, and I love it. It's healing and everything, but it's also very tiring to hold that much energy in your body, and we're always working on me acclimating to it so that we can actually have more. I mean, it's always a constant flow, and we're always wanting to increase it. So it's just something that happens. So that's what I'm complaining about. So he says to just move if I don't like it here, or go, find more people here that I want to do this with. And I know that's true, but I've lived here since my awakening. I've lived here for 6 years, and it hasn't happened yet. And I know that there's things I haven't done that could make it happen, but I honestly sometimes have no clue what to do. Then he says, when he says you didn't have anybody around you when you had your private orb show, and that was the most magical thing ever, I said, I also wasn't at home. I was on a magical trip with Orb Club, and that's the last time I saw the magic like that. And he said, you made that trip happen with the help of the goddess. Just connect to her, like I said, and the divine, to Chris and Ember. Just get back to that, and you'll be guided again to your next adventure. Don't overthink it. In fact, don't think or talk about your fears at all. Last year, you didn't. And he's right. Last year was the best year of my life, probably. It was the most fun. I had adventures. I went on these trips. I learned new psychic skills, and I learned I was really good at them. I saw orbs for the first time, and I met my orb friends and found like a big group of soul family all at once. And we all felt it. And then the goddess called us back together in December with Chris Bledsoe again. So that was just dreamy. The whole year was like a dream. And he's reminding me that I didn't focus on my fears then, even though everybody in the world, things were still just as bad then as they are now. I knew what was going on in the world. And, the collective fear was there. But I did not buy into it because I knew that the goddess and the divine was protecting me. And I knew that I was following my guidance very heavily all year long. I was guided, and everything I wanted just appeared because I was taking steps on my spiritual path by doing all these spiritual classes and learning new psychic skills. And it was invigorating, and I just kept following my guidance. And it led to magic, more than I could have ever imagined, ever. And he says, just do that again. And he's right. That's the formula. I already found the formula. I just need to keep doing it. My home is the divine, and he's reminding me to go home. All right, that made sense. Thank you, Melafon.